Every week should have a pizza night. And when life gets busy, sometimes you need that surefire meal that's ready to eat in minutes. Welcome to Fire Eats and Treats. My name is Demond, and today we're making a super easy, thin and crispy, homemade pizza. This recipe is simple, versatile, and guaranteed to satisfy those last-minute cravings. But it's not just quick, it's fire. So let's go.
First, we'll need to prep our toppings. For this pizza, I'm using pepperoni, Italian sausage, and bell peppers. I don't need to do anything to the pepperoni, so I'll start by browning up some Italian sausage. I'm using Johnsonville mild Italian sausage links. You can start with ground Italian sausage, but if you can only find sausage links, it's easy to decase them. Butterfly the links by slicing the casing with a knife, then pull back the casing to access and remove the meat. It's that easy. Place the entire package of sausage into a large non-stick skillet and cook over medium-high heat. We won't use all this sausage on our pizza, but we can vacuum seal anything left over and save it for next time. Now crumble the sausage by grinding it into smaller and smaller pieces using a meat chopper. As it cooks down, continue to grind the sausage until all the pieces are uniform in size and shape. Once it's nice and broken up, use a spatula to continue stirring the sausage so that it cooks evenly. Continue cooking until it has a nice brown color throughout, indicating its readiness. After browning, we'll need to remove some of the excess rendered fat. Using a slotted spoon, transfer the sausage to a large bowl lined with paper towels. Then pat the sausage dry, applying a little pressure to soak up those juices. This will help keep our pizza from becoming too greasy. Next, I'll chop up a bell pepper. First, cut off the top and bottom of the pepper. Then slice it near the membrane, removing any seeds and white parts inside. After that, cut the pepper into thin strips. Finally, gather those strips and chop them crosswise into smaller pieces. Although I usually skip most veggies on my pizza, bell peppers add a nice tangy taste that goes well with cheese, sausage, and pepperoni. It's time to make the pizza. We have to start with the crust. And for this recipe, I'm using Golden Home ready-made ultra-thin pizza crust. If you have the time, you can make your pizza crust from scratch. But this ready-made crust is a great-tasting, time-saving alternative. Place the crust on a non-stick pizza pan with holes. Be sure to use a pan with holes because that's what's going to give you that extra crispy crust. Now with a basting brush, coat the entire crust with butter. If that's too much butter for your taste, you can skip this step. But every time I don't add butter, my family always tells me something's missing. Plus, butter makes everything fire. Now, add 1 part each of Classico traditional pizza sauce and Contadina pizza squeeze. I like to use a mix of traditional pizza sauce and pizza squeeze for that right consistency and tangy tomato flavor. Now spread the sauce around until it's distributed evenly and get as close to the edge as possible. Next, sprinkle a layer of mozzarella cheese over the sauce. Ideally, use a thicker shredded cheese and cover just enough to where you can still see sauce peeking through. As always, you can find ingredients, exact amounts, and equipment used in the video description. We're ready to add the rest of our toppings. Layer on the pepperoni slices, followed by the browned Italian sausage, then sprinkle the chopped bell peppers over the meats. To absorb excess oil from the meat, scatter some extra cheese strands across the top. Finally, sprinkle with a touch of pizza seasoning to finish. Now we're ready to bake the pizza. Preheat the oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit and bake for 8 to 10 minutes or until the cheese melts in the center and the crust's edges become golden brown. Slice it up and your pizza is ready to eat.
Everybody, that's all there is to it. It's a super simple recipe, just a few ingredients, and in fact, you can put anything you want to on your pizza. I like to have Italian sausage, pepperoni, and bell peppers. That's my go-to, but like I said, you can put anything that you want to on your pizza. Today, I have my wife, Amanda, and my son Dorian here, and we're ready to dig in, so let's go. Cheers.
It's really good. So crispy. It has a lot of flavor. I can taste each layer of the flavor, from the sauce to the cheese to the crispy crust, and the toppings are just the right amount.
And what I like about a pizza is the sauce. And so I blended two sauces together that I thought were good. One sauce has a little more tomato flavor to it. The other sauce a little more paste-like. So I kind of blend them together to get the right texture I want and the right flavor I want. I'm not that kind of guy right now that's gonna make his own sauce, but you know, more power to you if you make your own sauce. This is a quick and easy recipe. It's super simple. You could actually make this recipe in about a half hour from start to finish. And Dorian looks like he's finished with his pizza, so I think that says it all. You got anything you want to say?
I don't normally like peppers on pizza, but this makes me eat it.
There you go. So, a man of many words, as you've come to know. And there you have it, folks. That's the thin and crispy, quick and easy pizza. I hope you give this recipe a try, and if you do, as always, let us know how it turns out in the comments below. We'd love to hear how yours turned out. And better yet, why don't you send us a photo on Facebook so we can see how yours turned out. And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, to comment, and subscribe so that you can be notified when new videos drop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.